it is possibly overpriced. You can get a similar movement for half the price with Seiko, but you can't get the whole package that you get here. It's a very good reinterpretation of the vintage King Seikos, and you get it all in one neat package. You know, you can only appreciate the detail on a real close macro shot. You can't always see what's there with the naked eye. What an amazing piece of marketing this was. This particular image popped up earlier in the year for me, and I was instantly hooked. I knew nothing about King Seiko, I'd never heard of them, and this image here, I almost fell into this image. It was lovely. So who are they? Who are King Seiko? So the story goes that in the 1960s, Seiko, in the pursuit of excellence, created two competing factories. There was King Seiko and Grand Seiko. I never knew this until the start of this year. And they would compete to outdo each other on specs and the pursuit of excellence, basically. Grand Seiko won and continued, and King Seiko fell into obscurity really in 1973. There are a lot of vintage King Seikos available on eBay and places like that, so they did run a long time. And this year they've relaunched, reissued the classic designs with modern technology, updated for the 21st century. There's a range of watches. The current reissues, all launched this year, they go up to around £3,000, but many of the models are substantially less than that. And there's a range of dial colours, a few differences in dial size, case size, but these three, the maroon, the brown and the charcoal grey, have caught my attention. They're good value, well, the best value in the King Seiko range. They all seem to have similar movements. These three have 37mm case diameters, which echoes the original. And they have the new 6R31 movement, which gives 70 hours of power reserve. Now, you can get 70 hours of power reserve much lower down the Seiko chain for a lot less money. Is the King Seiko worth the extra? All King Seikos seem to have these amazing bracelets that just play with the light. So here is the King Seiko SPB283. It's the charcoal dial, although it does look black a lot of the time. At first glance it could just look like any other Seiko, but when we do the close-ups later, you'll see that it definitely isn't just any other Seiko. It plays with the light in so many ways. The hands, the indices, the way it's polished, the Zaratsu polishing does make a huge difference. It creates the black appearance of a ring, a black ring around the whole case, which isn't actually a black ring, it is just extremely well polished. It's a 37mm case, just over 12mm thick. A 100 meters water resistance. Push-pull crown and 70 hours power reserve. It's the latest calibers. Zaratsu polishing on the polished surfaces. So because of the way the watch is polished, you get lovely black edges to it. The bracelet is unique, really, to King Seikos. It plays with the light. You've also got a box top sapphire crystal, which you don't get on many watches, really. A lot of flat sapphires, but not a lot of box top sapphire crystals that again play with the light. The whole thing plays with the light. The hands and indices are unique to King Seiko, beautifully sharply cut, and it's a neat size, 37, just over 12mm thick. So you've got the latest technology in there, and the horizontal brushing to the case as well has been beautifully done. So as an all-round package, I think it's great, but they are pricey. Just an honourable mention about the packaging. You get these slim boxes now. I think that's just King Seiko. What you also get is this lovely pouch with the King Seiko logo. And inside, a little space for your watch, your strap, and things like your warranty card, spare links, all neatly. It'll travel. I suppose it's a travel pouch, isn't it, really? Very nice. So let's get some closer shots of this lovely little watch. As I said before, we're looking at a 37mm case, just over 12mm thick. The bracelet really does play with the light, and it's got a center clasp, very solid to the feel, and King Seiko stamped on the back there. This particular model has the sunburst charcoal dial, but it's the hands and indices that really grab your attention on the close-ups. I just want to show you as close as I can the hands and indices on this watch. Got a light charcoal sunburst effect. You can see the applied Seiko logo there. We've got the King Seiko logo on the crown, the new King Seiko logo. You'll note that the original King Seikos had a gold medallion in the back, but they don't have that now. They do have that same logo on the case back and on the packaging. The case sides have lovely turned down lugs which make the watch hug your wrist. You know, it doesn't sit flat, it wraps around the wrist, which I love. It's the dial that this watch is all about. I want to zoom in on the hands and indices. If you have a look at the 12 o'clock, you'll see there's a lot going on there. All sorts of angles and fine cuts to that 12 o'clock indice. The hands themselves are sword-like, half polished, half brushed. Horizontal brushing on the case sides. Beautiful Zaratsu polishing as you go onto the lugs, then further brushing, which blends lovely with the bracelet. Also brushed, but so much attention to detail. And that's why, you know, in many respects it looks like other Seikos, but in the detail it certainly isn't. The caliber 6R31 movement gives 70 hours of power reserve and a claimed accuracy of -10 to +25 seconds a day, which doesn't sound great. This is running at +8 seconds a day, so I'm fairly happy with that. It's not chronometer standard, but it's certainly well within Seiko's tolerances. Applied logo. And have you seen how the hands play with the light? Very, very sharp edged hands and indices. Brushed and polished to the point where the polish disappears at some angles and you can just see the brushed facets. So in summary, it's a lovely watch. It's very wearable. I reach for it a lot of the time. Possibly overpriced. Does that really matter? It's a luxury watch, I would say, with a 70-hour power reserve, one of Seiko's latest movements. I think what separates it is the finish. The Zaratsu polishing on the case, the dial and hands and indices are all exceptional, I would say. They are different to other Seikos. The aspects of the facets of the hands in particular and the indices. There's a lot of watches that where you can get a good sunburst dial with Seiko, but the hands and indices and the Zaratsu polishing on the case, they really do add up to a neat package, along with the flat-topped sapphire crystal, box sapphire, which you don't get on a lot of Seikos. A lot of them have flat sapphire crystals.